Hello, good morning. I'm Deirdre Online. Thank you for joining me on my weekly Facebook Live, where I'm here as a mystic to share with you my tips and tools that I've learned while traveling through the alternative universe and living here as a mom, a businesswoman, community activist, all at the same time. So we really are being asked right now in our world to expand our potential and expand our possibility of who we are. We're not just able to do one thing anymore. I don't know anybody that is able just to do one thing. We're all multitasking, working hard to try and make our world a better place, and of course, keep our families together and schedule in some fun time. Wow, that's really hard to do, isn't it? Doesn't it seem like when you go to schedule a break, the whole universe comes in with distractions saying, no, do this, do that, interfering with our time to have fun. But let me just say that having fun is one of the most important things you can really do on your plan, your step to awakening, to enlightenment, just to having a fulfilled existence. Because without fun, the soul, our neshama, really begins to feel sad and feel cheated of this human experience. We're here to have some fun in the middle of the chaos that we find in our lives. And sometimes we have to really focus and put an intention into just having fun. Put it on our schedule. Block out 2 hours for fun. It's very, very important. When you're having fun, your entire physiological system relaxes, anxiety goes away, stress goes away. You're living the experience of being here on the third dimension in a very satisfying way for your soul. If you remember, I've been going over for the past few weeks about how our soul is here to have an experience, to evolve and to grow, and that it's actually our job or our duty to ask our soul, what do you want? What do you need? So that you can have this satisfying human experience, because we are a spirit, we are a soul, having this human experience, and it's a wonderful experience, or it can be a wonderful experience. That's what we're here to do right now, all of us, is to rechange, I don't think that's a word, to rethink, reimagine, set our next intention so that our world can be a more satisfying, a deeper, richer world of more fun and less war. So where does war begin? Let's talk about our family. It goes all the way back to Cain and Abel, right? The friction in the family. But the family unit is essentially sacred. It is a unit which is of divine intention for us to learn intimacy, for us to learn deep connection. And any way you cut it, even if you are estranged from a family member, I'm going to talk about that in the next 2 weeks, there's still this physiological, energetic connection that can just be a bear, can't it? It's like, I can't get my mother out of my head, or I can't get my dad out of my head, because our family experience does live inside of us. And then we start to have a new family. So it's July. Let's talk about the summer vacations. How to have fun in the summer vacations of your family. First of all, set your intention before you take your vacation. What a concept. We set our intention for business, for work, but set your intention for your family. What kind of vacation do you want? Share your intention with the other people in your family. Call them and say, let's set a family intention. Let's come together, hold hands before we embark on our journey, and let's set an intention of what we want to get out of this vacation. And be really specific. And if you have children, ask them, well, what do you want? Look in your heart. Now, a second step to that, you don't have to do this, but would be just to jot it down. And the reason you jot it down is because tomorrow you're going to forget about your intention. That's the way we're put together, unfortunately, but it is. And if you have it written down in a little book or in your notes in your phone, you can check back. And you want this because friction is going to come up in a vacation. It always does. All of a sudden, everyone's thrown together. You're in a little cabin somewhere or in a different place, or a family member shows up you haven't seen in a year. There'll be some friction. And so when that happens, you want to look back at where you've written your intention and remind your family, oh, remember our intention. So let's approach this situation, whether it's a rupture or a disagreement, from that intention. So for example, my intention on this vacation is for us to have a whole lot of fun and become closer. That's a great intention for vacation. So when a disagreement comes up, you can bring it back up. Look, I wrote it down. Remember, our intention was to really have fun. So then once you remind everybody, or everyone comes into being reminded about that, you can even, it doesn't have to be you. You can give one of your kids or somebody, they're the intention holder of the tribe. And when people get out of line, they say, hey, remember that intention. By doing that, you've automatically shifted the energy of the disagreement back into the focus, the higher frequency of why you're together. And that takes the steam and the charge off of whatever the emotional disturbance has been. Very important, and I learned this from my rabbi, that when you have a disagreement, the first thing that has to happen is that the emotional charge is lifted. Because when you're in an intense emotion, an intense reaction, it's very hard to access wisdom and understanding for the healing process to happen. So it's better to let the charge kind of burn off, like give it some space before you go to process whatever the disagreement's been. Let's just take that in for a minute. It's important, it's necessary to allow the emotional response to be lifted before you can truly process to heal. Because when you try to process in that emotional charge, most of the time the emotional charge just gets bigger and bigger and bigger, like a mushroom. Like what was a little disagreement ends up being a giant disagreement. It's like, I'm leaving, kind of a thing. So by acknowledging what your intention was for vacation, you will take the emotional charge off, because you're going to remind everybody in your family of where you were when everyone was connected. So that's the first thing you want to do when those disturbances happen. Then the second thing is to say, let's say there's a disagreement, let's all take a time out until we've calmed down. Somebody can take a walk, go prepare food, do something. Let's just take a breath. Because a breath, meaning a disengagement after there's been a disruption for a moment of time, actually allows your spiritual guides, the angelic kingdom, your soul, to have the space to come in and help start repair, help the healing process come. So you say, okay, let's take 10, let's all calm down, reconvene, and set a time. And then the next step is to, when you come back together, to again acknowledge your intention. Well, our intention is to have fun on this vacation. And then begin a dialogue, very simply, of this is how I felt, this is what I heard, and this hurt, and why. Try to stay away from you did this and you did that. That tends to push buttons. But this is how I felt. What you hope is that you get through this into a place of saying, I'm sorry, please forgive me, and I'm sorry, I accept your forgiveness, we're good to go. And that's where we want to go to. And in your family, you know, every family has been kind of given one watcher. And the watcher is the person who is really dedicated to higher consciousness and spirituality. And like it or not, you are the leader of your family. It doesn't mean you need to control, or it doesn't mean that you need to point out everyone's flaws. It just simply means, because you have a study of spirituality and spiritual practice, that you are the appointed torch, the light, to help, to assist in your family, your soul pod. It's my new word these days, soul pod, from the dolphins, like a dolphin pod. It's really, you're the one up front that's saying, hey, let's go this way in the ocean. Let's swim that way, because you can see farther down the line. You have intuition. Now, it doesn't mean the other people in your family will look up to you or respect you for having that spiritual wisdom or that intuitive knowing. So we can't ever think that we're going to get any kind of kudos for our position. But just understand that that's part of our purpose here in life, is to be the guide so that our family can have a illuminating experience and a fun experience. So after this process of sharing, when there's been a disruption, and setting the intention of gaining a time of forgiveness, of letting go, then you want to say, hey guys, so what did we learn here? What did I learn about myself? Again, we bring it back. What did I learn about myself? Or if you have children, young people, you say, okay, what did you learn here? And now how can we get back to our intention of having fun on this vacation? This little process, it seems so simple, but it is actually miraculous. It has given my family, given me, an incredible experience of healing when there were disruptors that I thought, oh, we'll never get over this. There's no way we can get over this. I grew up in an Irish Catholic family with a true Irish hot-tempered dad and a lot of very intense people. And there were times I thought, we're not going to make it. We're going to all be estranged. And yet, even though we've been through some harrowing experiences, and especially during vacations, we came back together, and we were deeper, we learned more. And the same with my current family, being my first family, and then being divorced, having another family. And the reason I'm sharing this is just to highlight that we all live complicated lives in the 21st century. We have blended families, we have more than one family, we have families we might adopt, and as I say, a soul pod, putting people together to make our own family. We get hurt, we're hurt by friends, sometimes we lose our friends. So my purpose really is here to say, I don't want you to lose your friends and your family. There's actually a way that you can heal and take a higher road and be a leader so that you keep your friends and you keep your family intact. And that's really a very noble cause. It's extraordinarily important because remember I said to you, we're all here in this, we're all working so hard to end war in our spiritual movement. And yet, truly, the way to end war on the planet is to end the war within the family. It goes right back to the foundation of who we are and to end the war inside of us. Because you are a macrocosm of the microcosm. You are the drop of water in the ocean. That when you end the internal war, when you can end and have true peace in your family, your drop of water in the great ocean of our human family, you become a catalyst of change. You are now radiance. And that's what radiance means. It's a term from physics. And it's an energy which is a force of its own that expands. It sends off an energy like the sun. And that's what you become when you heal the disturbances within yourself and those that you love. You become an energy of radiance, and it does affect the global field, and it will help, it will make a difference to bring peace here into our world. And today I think everyone can agree we need peace. We need peace in a great way. It's essentially necessary for us to find more peace in our life. Take a moment, recap these short steps. 1, to have fun on your family vacation. Set your intention for the vacation. 2, write it down. Have somebody in your tribe, your family, be the intention keeper to remind people when you get off. 3, if there is a disturbance, bring it right back to, is this in alignment with our intention? Take some space till everyone's cooled off. 4, come back together, have a conversation about what happened. Say, this is what I experienced. Try to stay away from you did this and you did that. And then 5, ask for healing, ask for forgiveness, extend forgiveness, and then ask, what did we learn from this? It's very simple, but I promise you will then have an incredibly fun vacation with a lot of breath inside of you, without the burden and the weight of holding negative emotions. And you know what I'm talking about, when you're just acting like you're having fun, but inside you're just churning away. And that's not really true fun. So this will help you to be free inside so that you can have a wonderful experience of this summer or anytime with your family. So let's take a moment, and I just would like to offer a prayer. before we close. And gently watch our breath. Bring our mind into our heart, and here in our heart, we see a luminous white rose. So beautiful. Such a beautiful rose. And now we see that this beautiful rose is a bouquet of roses. And each rose is a member of your family. Just watch this from the silent watcher. Engage your imagination. What color is each person in my family? Look at the beauty and the simplicity of this bouquet of roses, your family. And now see that this beautiful bouquet of roses is in a vase, and this vase is your entire belly, your abdomen, and it's a clear, beautiful vase of crystal clear water. And within this water is pure light, beautiful light. And this light is nourishing this bouquet in your heart, your family. And from this place of peace, we say, beloved presence, all it is, we ask that you bless our family, bless our friends, angels of light. Help us to become the beauty that we truly are in this family. Help to guide us, lead us, show us a way, because we are so human and we don't always have the answers for peace and for love. Beloved presence, all that is, shine your magnificent rays of love into my family. Bless everyone in my family. Help my family to overcome the inner obstacles and the places of sabotage and misunderstandings. Beloved presence, you are grace. Grace come. Grace be with us at all times. And grace guide us for a wonderful experience of transformation and healing and joy and fun in my family. And now we send this beautiful prayer into our world, blessing all families as great orbs of light, as millions and millions and millions of roses are spread throughout the globe. We bless all families to heal all families, so that our world is truly one family, a family of peace and happiness. Thank you so much. It has been super fun to be here with you today. Have a super fun summer. And please reach out to me if you have a question. Just come to deirdrehay.com, and I'm here to help. Okay, have a wonderful day. Bye-bye.